It was my high school graduation party where I received two gifts I will never forget. And they weren't tangible gifts necessarily, that, money or whatever it is. But the first gift was just a simple ingredient of success that was passed down to me by my great uncle. My great uncle is a very successful man, lives out in the West Coast of the United States, and knowing of his background and the things that he's accomplished, I was very eager to know what's the secret to success. And he told me, find a need in society and fill that need. Well, that became my mantra when I left my home at 18 years old and headed down south to Boca, where I attended Florida Atlantic University. I became very hypersensitive to my surroundings and very aware of what I could do around me. After attending my first year of college, my first semester, when I really discovered that need, in the dorm room, I was able to create this blog site that eventually ended up becoming a really neat, exciting social network for colleges. I'm very grateful to have been introduced to somebody at the time who was an angel investor and actually invested in that idea and gave me an opportunity to really bring this idea to life, and partnered with a really amazing group of people to help bring this to life before eventually merging with an existing organization, a part of his same portfolio, and being able to be a part of that business and the development of that business as well. There was a lot of success that came from that. Unfortunately, however, like most people in the world, there was a lot of wounds that came with me along the journey from childhood or just whatever life brings. And ultimately I ended up looking to society to fill my needs. That led me on a really interesting path, and ultimately the path that led me to where I am today. There was another gift that I got though at the graduation party that was extremely important to me during these years, and that was a Remembrance journal that my grandparents gave to me. And I go back to that journal, over 10 years of documentation of this journey. It's so neat to see just how this highway has ended up and the destinations that I've arrived to. And my hope now as I go back through these journal entries, there's one thing I've learned. Despite my youth, over the last 10 years, the wisdom I've gained hasn't changed. It's just being applied to the different circumstances that I find myself in as I age. And rather than waiting until the right moment, I really feel like the right moment is now. The moment to share some of these experiences that I've gone through, the joys, the sorrows, the victories, and it's my goal now to really help impart some of this wisdom to those that are on their own pilgrimage of life.